So after two wins in the Interpro series for this season, Munster are after a brilliant campaign so far after beating Connacht and Ulster in their first two games. I'm delighted to be joined by West Cork's own Abbie Salter-Townshend to talk about Munster in general, her career in general, and yeah, coming into the team for her first appearance this season. So Abbie, it's been a brilliant season for yourself so far and a brilliant season for the team.
Yeah, look, it's been great to keep building after winning the last season. Good to get two wins under the belt now before Leinster this weekend, and we're just hoping to keep building on that, fix the work-ons that we've had over the last 2 weeks, and yeah.
And I suppose just playing for Munster in your first year, just in a personal viewpoint from yourself, like it must be brilliant to get out in the field and play for Munster, even those substitute appearances. But to come on against Ulster first for your first appearance, and then come on against Connacht last weekend as well, must be a brilliant experience for yourself.
Oh, it's unreal. I can't put it into words. I've been asked so many times what it feels like now to put on the jersey and to be able to come on and get my first two caps over the last 2 weeks. And it's just something you dream about growing up. And as soon as I started playing, obviously, it's one of the end goals is to play for Munster, and just to be able to do that and to get two good wins out of it as well. It's unreal. I'm still on such a high after both weeks. Yeah.
And I suppose coming from Skibbereen Rugby Club yourself, obviously coming off a treble season recently in 21-22, and then going to UL Bohemians as well as a club side, like that must be brilliant over the last few years. To have your last season in a treble winning Skibbereen side, that must be brilliant for yourself as well. And to transfer to UL, which is a brilliant achievement to go close to Munster Rugby in general, because Munster Rugby headquarters is usually Limerick.
Yeah, the team that we had down in Skib that year was just incredible. The girls, we all put in so much hard work. We really bought into it that year, and we knew that we had a good chance of winning those competitions, and we put in the hard work, and to get the results, it was amazing. And I couldn't have finished on a higher note with them, and then to be able to transfer up to Bows and get some more experience to play with internationals and play with those Munster girls throughout a club season, it's just massive. And I'm kind of trying to take in all the knowledge that I can get from the coaching staff up there and from all the girls I'm playing with. The experience is great.
And according to your bio online, you started playing rugby at under 15 level, is that right?
Yeah, I started with Skib. I was on the first girls team in Skibbereen when I was 15, and just kind of built up through the underage system there and played with a lot of the same girls the whole way up, and it's just great. Yeah, I'm delighted to get the chance. Dad played rugby, so I kind of grew up going to matches, watching it on TV, but to be able to have the chance then when I was 15 to get on the first girls team in the club was great.
To obviously have your father to play for Munster as well, that must be brilliant experience just to, teach you along the way how to play rugby in general. And is he probably the reason why you got into rugby in the first place?
I think he would, yeah, he'd be the person who, when I came home and said I wanted to play rugby, it wasn't the first thing he thought I'd say, but he was proud. I think it's the main thing. And yeah, he helped me the whole way up, give me his tips and tricks along the way, things that he learned. And it's nice to be able to come home if I have questions so I can ask him and see if we can throw a ball around outside, get extra training in. It's great.
And even to have some West Cork, we talk about the West Cork Mafia in men's rugby in general, the likes of John Hotnett there, obviously Jack Crowley, but in the women's side, you have yourself, you have Gillian Coombs, and also a part of the panel in some way, you have Michelle O'Driscoll and Saskia Wycherley as well. So must be brilliant to join those girls in general to play for Munster and be part of the West Cork Mafia in many ways.
Yeah, it's nice to have our own little clan as well, and to not be the only one traveling up and down from West Cork. Yeah, I would have grown up a lot with Gillian. I travel up and down a good bit with Saskia, and Michelle would have been on that Skibbereen side that won the treble with us as well. So I'm quite close with the girls, and it's great that we have our own little pack as well as the Limerick girls having their clan too.
And I just looked at the Munster team as well. It's your club, UL Bows. They have a lot of players on the Munster team. So that must be brilliant to have players that you know from college and UL to play with Munster as well. It's probably, in many ways, it does make the experience a lot better to play alongside your friends in many ways.
Yeah, it's nice having those connections and being kind of in a group that I'm more comfortable with because I know them so well, and you know the kind of trends that they set and the patterns they have, and it means we gel together a lot more as a team. that we know each other that bit better than coming in with girls you wouldn't have played with before, and it does make that bit easier. And it's great, as I said, to get a bit of knowledge and to get the experience playing with girls who have so much talent. It's just class.
What's it like in general to balance college life and rugby life in general? Because rugby and college, they both go hand in hand in many ways. Like the autumn season, you have the rugby coming into the fray, and then you have college starting in September, October, them kind of months. So, like, how hard is it to balance both, or is it kind of a challenge that you enjoy?
It's definitely a challenge because college is so full on, being full time, and but it's also a nice break. You know, if I come out of a long day at college, I know I'll get a run around in the evening, and the fact that I'm in UL and playing with bows and have everything kind of based out of the same area does make it that bit easier. And we've got a great support system in UL and in the club. And it's just really nice to be able to go out and clear my head after a long day or a long week of college, knowing that I'll get a good session in. Or and the fact that I'm doing sports science as well in college, I feel like it's all kind of links in together. And I'm learning from every aspect, whether that be in college or in the club. It's good.
Does that kind of help in many ways that you're studying sports science and you're playing rugby at the same time? Because it usually helps other athletes when they're studying sports science or playing any sport, never mind if it's rugby.
Yeah, I think it does help. We kind of to see the biomechanics and the physiology behind why our bodies work the way they do, and helping with recovery and things like that. I think there's definitely benefits to it. All right, yeah.
And going back to Munster for a bit there, you're going for your third interpro in a row, and you're facing Leinster obviously at the weekend, which is a huge tie. And in general, a team other than Leinster and Munster, the last time they won the Interpro series was 2000 with Ulster, according to Wikipedia anyway. So it definitely shows the stranglehold that Munster and Leinster have on this competition. And it definitely shows that you're both rivals in this to contend for the Interpro.
Yeah, there's definitely a big rivalry there, and we'll be hoping to build on the last two wins to get out and beat Leinster. It's up in Dublin this week, so now definitely be a challenge to go up to their home ground and play them there. But I think if we carry the momentum on from last week and keep building a training this week, we know we have a job to do, and hopefully we can get the win.
Even to go for three in a row, that would be some achievement if Munster and yourself and Gillian, indeed, who kind of starts for the Munster team in general, like that would be brilliant to get three in a row for Munster, and maybe something on Leinster a small bit, who won, I think, the previous two before COVID.
Yeah, I think it would be a dream if we could get to three in a row, especially with the final being on in Cork. To get to play a final at home is something that people don't get to do very often. I think if we get to the final, which I think we have now after the 2 bonus point wins, to play that there and to win the three in a row, it doesn't get much better than that. And we're definitely the hunted at the moment. We have a target on our backs from the other sides, but hopefully, fingers crossed now we can do the three in a row, because I think we've put in all the work and we deserve it. And I back myself when I say that. I think we can do it all right.
The fact that you beat Connacht so handsomely actually last weekend, and the fact that Connacht beat Leinster the week before, does that kind of, give you more encouragement that you can go on and beat this Leinster side, or is it just the fact that the Interpro is very competitive and anybody can beat anybody on a given day?
Yeah, I think it's competitive from all sides, and you could have a good day, you could have a bad day. Connacht obviously had a massive win over Leinster, and I think that was nice for us to see that we could go out and, that it's not impossible to beat the tough sides, or it's not impossible for the sides that sorry, I don't know where I was going with that. It's definitely going to be a challenge either way to go out this weekend. But after seeing Connacht do it, it does give us a bit of hope that we can push on and hopefully get the win as well.
Just in terms of your position in rugby in general, like scrum half, it seems to be a challenging position. You always kind of get the ball. It's probably the position on the field where the player gets most of the ball. So is that kind of a challenge as well to play that kind of position, or is it a challenge that you flourish?
I enjoy it. I like being I do like to be on the ball a lot. I like being involved. It's some would say a bossy role, to boss the pack around and to make sure people are getting in the right positions. And it's nice to know that if I come on, or when I come on, that I'm going to get good time on the ball. And there's challenges involved, of course, because you need to have your sharp passes the whole time. everything kind of stems from you at the back of a scrum or a ruck. If the ball's not smooth from you, it's not going to work out and get out onto the wing. So there's definitely challenges, but I enjoy that side of it and having to push on and be involved the whole time.
And just in terms of your future for a minute, you're only, I think, 22 years of age. Like, you have a big future ahead of you to start to play 2 games for Munster this year. Like, what's next for Abbie Salter-Townshend? Is it maybe Ireland? Is that on the horizon if it all goes well in the next few years?
Well, of course, that's always the long-term goal with me, to put on the green jersey. But I think probably nearer goal I have would be to get my first start, whether it's in this campaign or a campaign in the future. I think that's what I'm working towards at the moment, to kind of solidify my place on the team. And yeah, I've been involved with this Munster group since December, so I've definitely worked hard to get these 2 bench positions, those bench slots, and I'd be hoping to push on for a start soon enough. And yeah, the dream would be to pull on the green jersey. Hopefully I can keep working towards it, but we'll see. Time will tell.
Exactly. So, and hopefully you'll don the green jersey in the next few years. You definitely deserve it. Abbie, thanks for your time for on the Star Sport podcast, and best of luck with the weekend against Leinster.
Thank you so much.